now it's like, oh.
Yo, what's up everyone, it's Blue Nova and I'm here to bring you a new tutorial on Xxxtentacion song, Whoa, Mine and Awe. This is just going to give you the breakdown on how to sound very similar to his song and also get that cool reverb, widespread feeling that he did later on in his vocals. But I will show you guys that later on. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe now actually before we get into it, and hit the bell notification icon so that you're notified every time I have a new video. But we're going to jump straight into it. The master, we're going to turn off everything we have here on the master, and we're just going to right click and work on the solo vocal for right now, well, the lead vocal. So let's turn off all these other effects. Okay, so the first thing we have is Xxxtentacion autotune. With X's vocals, there's not an insane amount of autotune on it, but it does depend if you're a naturally good singer or depending how much autotune your voice really needs. So with me, I put about 10. 10 is actually kind of a lot, but you know, some of the notes I feel like I didn't hit too well, so I put the retune speed at 10. With the scale, you want to have it on minor, and then the key right here, you want to have it B. Input type soprano voice, and all these other settings you just want to freeze the screen and copy it, but I'm just gonna play the vocals with the autotune.
Won't look back on my mind, won't let back on my shine, won't let you cloud my mind, won't let you.
All right, so if you don't have Xxxtentacion autotune, y'all know that I have you on the backup. So if you have, well, you should have Picture. Load in Picture in FL Studio, and then all you want to do is just set the same thing, the key and the scale the same, which is B, and then minor, and then set the speed to about halfway in between medium and fast. Like I said, this does vary with your voice, so you just want to have a decent amount on there. Now I'm going to play with Picture so that you hear just the same thing as Xxxtentacion autotune.
Won't look back on my mind, won't let back on my shine, won't let you cloud my mind, won't let you cloud my mind.
All right, so after that, we're going to add a compressor. So what you want to do is add in the Fruity limiter and click on compress. Once you're here, you want to bring your release to about 63.56 milliseconds. And then for the head, you want to have it at 0.65 milliseconds. Now with the attack, you want to have it at 2.46 milliseconds, the ratio. I turned it all the way to the right, and the same thing with the knee, turn it all the way to the right. Now the threshold, we're just going to bring it down to where it's hitting the peaks of the vocals, and just taking care of some of that inconsistent leveling inside the vocal.
Won't look back on my mind, won't let back on my shine, won't let you cloud my mind, won't let you cloud my mind.
So the purple is what's been chipped off of the vocal, and then the gray is what's been left. So that kind of really just breaks it down a little bit more. After that, we're going to add a Fruity parametric EQ too. Now the first EQ, what we're going to do is basically clean up the vocal, and we're just cleaning up some of the muddiness inside the vocal. And as you can see, I wrote off a lot of the high end, well, not a lot, but just a good amount. And that's going to be in a 20,000 hertz area. So what I did, just around 122, I killed a lot of that frequency because X is singing pretty high in there. So you do want to clean out, you know, some of that unnecessary muddiness in the vocal. Around 174, 200, that's where I cleaned up some of the vocal. And then around the 500 area, I did some cutting in that area. So I'm going to play the vocal with the first EQ on it.
Won't look back on my mind, won't let back on my shine, won't let you cloud my mind.
And then without it, this is what it sounds like.
Won't look back on my mind, won't let back on my shine,
Putting it back on.
won't let you cloud my mind, won't let you cloud my mind.
All right, so after that, we're going to add a Fruity 7-band EQ. This is something I've really been finding very useful to EQ. It's really, really great. Not a lot of people are really using it like that. So what I found, I just killed a little bit more of that annoying frequency in the 250 area, and all I did was just bring it down to about -1.6 decibels. with the with the 5K area, you just want to cut it down a little bit. That's really where some of the sibilance will be at in the vocal. So you just want to have just bring it down to negative 0.4. And then within the 8K area, that's where you really kind of want some of your vocals to shine a little bit. So you want to have that up to about 9, really about 9 decibels. That's where I found good. And then when I compared it back to X's vocals, that's where I found, you know, it sounded pretty much the same, if not exact. So this is what the vocal is going to sound like after the 7-band EQ.
Won't look back on my mind, won't let back on my shine, won't let you cloud my mind.
And then without it, this is what it sounds like.
Won't look back on my mind, won't let back on my shine.
All right, so after that, we're going to add a de-esser stereo by Waves. If you don't have de-esser stereo by Waves, then you can use Maximus in FL Studio. Just go to the preset and hit split band de-esser, and then just bring down the band. I believe it's in the mid frequency. Just bring down the band until it takes care of the vocal. So with the Waves one, all you want to do is just bring down the threshold to about negative 33.5. That's where I found it took care of some of the sibilance in the vocal. So this is what it's going to sound like.
Won't look back on my mind, won't let back on my shine, won't let you cloud my mind.
All right, so after that, this is going to be the really important thing within the vocal. So it's going to be the reverb, and the settings here pretty much need to be exact because the width and stereo imaging in the beat was pretty wide. So you want to have your vocals to sound wide as far as the reverb in it to fill in the presence within the beat. So in order to do that, what you want to do is to have your wetness to about 50%. Your dry and early reflection, they need to be at 100%. The stereo imaging right here, you need to turn that all the way to 100 in order to compensate for the wideness inside of the instrumental. The bass, you want to just turn that all the way up to 100, the same with the size of the room. And diffusion, I turned that all the way up. Right here in the low cut, you want to have it about 5,900, or sorry, it's at 593 hertz, my bad. And the high cut, you just want to have that at about just 0.9 kilohertz. So with that, you just want to play, and it's going to have a lot of reverb and a lot of that wide sound that you hear in X's song.
Won't look back on my mind, won't let back on my shine, won't let you cloud my mind, won't let you cloud my mind.
Now that we have that, we're going to add a fruity limiter, and basically we're just going to bring up the volume of the vocal so that it's well leveled, which the ceiling will take care of that. So you want to bring up your gain right here and bring down your ceiling to -3 and have your release all the way down. The attack and the head, you want to just leave those alone, but I'm going to play with the increased volume of the vocal.
Won't look back on my mind, won't let back on my shine, won't let you cloud my mind, won't let you cloud my mind.
So cool. Now that we have that, we're gonna go into the next thing, which is gonna be the that wide sound that you hear in X's vocals right here. So pretty much all you want to do is just when you're on here, when you've already had this done, right click, go to file, say mixer track state as, or you can left click and drag it onto the next insert right here, and that'll load up the same exact effect chain. The only thing that will be different on here will be the fruity delay 2, which is going to basically act as a doubler within the vocal. And I know some of these settings right here with the time and the panning, it really has to be exact. But like I said, if you need this folder with the vocals and all the effects, you can get on bluenovabeats.com. It really just cuts straight to the chase, and you'll be able to access everything on your own. So that's what's going to be different on here, just the delay values, and then the amount of reverb. You want to have a lot of reverb in the in this section of the vocal, because X's vocals start sounding extremely wide and ambient in this part. And then also the size of the room has to be changed in order to sound like it's in a whole nother space and a whole nother dimension. So I brought the size of the room to about 39 or 40% right here. So like I said, these are the settings, and if you want it, get it on bluenovabeats.com. But I will play it how it sounds like with these effects. So actually, let's just do this. We're gonna turn off all these other ones just so you hear how the vocal sounds like by itself.
Oh, whoa, oh, whoa.
And after adding all the other effects back on it with the reverb and delay, which is very important, this is what it'll sound like. So that's pretty much how to get that same exact sound that X has in that part of the song. It's very cool. Almost sounds like it's multiple people singing. It almost sounds a gospel kind of feel. If you were to add a lot more harmonies, it would be very cool to do. With the I think the only thing that's different, I probably maybe because I didn't hit the correct notes when I was singing it, I noticed that the key and then the scale were a little bit different. So you want to have this part specifically on C sharp and then minor. I know the other one was B, I believe B minor, whatever it was, but this one is a little bit different. So you know, if you are to sing this song, understand that the pitch might change a little bit in this area, but that's really going to be the only difference. Now we're going to play the vocals with the instrumental and without anything on the master, and this is what it's going to sound like. So let's move it to about right here.
Told my mom I'm gon' shine, told my love I'm gon', and now it's like
So yeah, that's how it's gonna sound like without the master. Now on the master channel, we're going to add a fruity convolver, and I have created a preset which kills it at 15K. The reason why I do that is because a lot of songs nowadays always kill the high end frequency at 15K, which is basically a brick wall cut to not let any frequency pass that area. Now we're going to have another, this isn't, if you already have the fruity convolver, I heard some people said that they don't have it, but if you don't, I've done the same thing just by adding a parametric EQ too, and just bringing the cut into 15K. So that's what I've done for you guys right here. The cut right here isn't as sharp, but this is as sharp as I can get it to replicate the same exact thing. So I will play it with the fruity convolver and then adding a fruity soft clipper. And fruity soft clipper just make sure that the entire track doesn't go past 0 decibels.
told my mom I'm gon' shine, told my love I'm gon', and now it's like
And with the replacement EQ that I have added for you guys, this is what it sounds like. And you can see right here that it is cut in the frequency spectrum, so I'm gonna play it.
told my mom I'm gon' shine, told my love I'm gon', and now it's like
So yeah, that pretty much wraps up this tutorial on how to get X's vocal effects in his song Whoa, Mine, and Ah. If you need the folder, my raw vocals will be included, so you will be able to experiment and use it to your own benefit. You can get that on my site as well. If you need your songs mixed and mastered, you can go to my site, bluenovabeats.com, go to the contact form on the bottom, and then you can send me a message through there. If you need any beats for your own projects or your own songs, then just go back up on the beat store, and then you can get any beat you want for any genre and any style. But like I said, subscribe. Do not leave without subscribing. Let's go ahead and hit 20K very, very soon. And like I said, I will be dropping a lot of more, you know, out of the box tutorials throughout the month and for however long. So you do want to be subscribed and hit the bell notification for that. But like, share, comment, and subscribe like I've told you a billion times. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.
and now it's like